read a lot about cancel culture these days. It's something that when I was growing up, we didn't really know much about, but it's very present today, particularly as we as society try to reckon with the various isms: racism, sexism, ageism. This morning I was reading the story in the Post about two Georgetown University law professors who were discussing their students and how their students achieve in class. And one of the professors said to the other professor, and it's all on tape, in reference to black students, that there's always a handful of them that are at the bottom of the class. And so what ended up happening was, once the recording became public, the one professor was forced to resign in lieu of being terminated, and the other professor is under investigation. There's really no correlation, obviously, between someone's skin color and their performance in the classroom. Some person could be black and be a high performer, someone could be white and be a low performer, or vice versa. But the idea that how they perform is correlated to their color makes no sense. And so what the professors were showing in their conversation was that they were simply lazy. They weren't looking for the actual cause and effect for poor performance. Certainly there were white students who were lower performing students in the classroom too, but the professor didn't blame the race of the white students for the poor performance. Likewise, there was no reason to blame the race of the black students for poor performance. It was simply a truth that the performance was poor. That could have been related to a host of reasons. And why I think this is important is because these types of biases don't just happen in law school or in the classroom. They happen in all parts of our life. And what it shows is that when you correlate someone's performance or some attribute that they have to their race, you're just being lazy. And that's not acceptable. Never has been acceptable, but in this day and age where we are more aware of racism and sexism and ageism, it's not going to be tolerated. So I think it's important to think about why what the professors said were racist, why it was wrong, and why all of us need to move away from that kind of thinking.